Hi everybody, I'm AIA's digital host Robin Neal, and I'm here to let you know that love is in the air. I was able to sit down with some of your favorite influencer couples to talk about all things love. In these interviews, I was able to find out how these influencers met, what they love about each other, their favorite date night activities, and so much more. So I hope you all enjoy, and happy Valentine's Day.
We are Terrell and Jarius Joseph. We are vastly approaching our 30s, but we are millennial dads to two 4-year-olds, Ashton and Aria. And really, we're just like on a mission to really create a world that is equal for everyone, and that allows everyone to live their authentic selves and to be the best version of themselves.
I am Vivian, Viv, and this is
Mike.
Mr. and Mrs. Muscle.
Yes, both Mr. and Mrs. Muscle, husband and wife.
I'm Matt.
And I am Michael.
And I'm from Oregon. He's from South Dakota.
I'm a dentist. He's a nurse.
And we're husbands. We have a puppy and a kitty.
How did you two meet?
So I'm gonna tell my side of the story. We always say this when we get this question because it's the truth. So we actually met at a haunted house our freshman year in college. We're from Louisiana. We went to 2 different colleges, but we just so happened to be at the same haunted house because our cousins were dating. So my cousin was dating his cousin. And so we came out, and really and truly, it was this one part where I'm super afraid of snakes in a haunted house. And Jarius was in front of me, and I ran and left my significant other at the time, wherever they were, behind me, because I was just it was every man for themselves. And I ran up and I grabbed him, and he took that as flirting. And he was very forward after that. Well, he was in a relationship, and his relationship ended, and then he was trying to pursue me afterwards. So that's the truth. We can move on from that after now.
Oh, no,
I'll give him a chance to respond.
No. So see, this is the first time I've heard that version of the story, that I thought that you was flirting with me. I just thought it was quite weird that I'm over here with my boyfriend and you over there with your girlfriend. You just left her in the corner to cling to me. And look at where we are today.
It was wherever it was. So, I was just trying to get away from the snakes. That was just it.
No, but then like shortly after he had ran into me at the mall. I remembered who he was. He says he didn't remember who I was at all. And then before you know it, like we had hung out as with your cousin. We had hung out, and then before you know it, we were just like, you're actually dope. Like I really like you. And it's crazy because when we met like maybe 2 weeks later, both of our relationships had ended. And I know people be like, yeah, you see? Look,
That's good timing. That's good
I'm
timing.
like, it's crazy because I was already going through a lot. He was already going through a lot. So it was just like both of those relationships literally ended. And then we started building a friendship. And then like a month later, we were like, yeah. Well, I kind of told him.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for telling the truth. He wanted to lock me down my freshman year, so I didn't have none of all the freshman crazy parties and stuff like that because I've been committed ever since I was 18.
Yeah, for sure. So
I always tell the really short version of the story, and then Mike, you get all the details from him. So we basically met at school at 11 years old, and Mike challenged me to a race.
Well, I didn't challenge you to a race. What happened is, like one of my old best friends. So basically, one of my best friends from primary school. So this is prior to Viv and I meeting way back in 2001. Was in the same class as Viv, and I was in a separate class. But Viv was known as the fastest girl in our year group, and I was pretty quick, a quick kid. So he challenged us to a race, thinking that she'd win, and I won, obviously. But yeah, we met at 11 years old, started dating at 15, got married at 22, and this year will be our 10-year wedding anniversary in June.
We have this down, I think, to a pretty good science. I think we both
Almost.
Yeah,
getting there.
It's pretty much the same no matter who tells it. Do you want to go?
Sure. Okay. So in 2013, I posted my coming out video on YouTube. And then a year later, Michael saw my coming out video. It went semi-viral on YouTube. And so he was looking up coming out videos on YouTube. Mine came up, he watched it, and he decided to post a video response. So he posted a video response of his coming out story, and he tweeted the video at me. I saw it and thought he was, well, first impression was he was very good looking. I wanted to talk to him. And additional from that, he just like had a very similar story to me. And so there's a lot of like similarities, commonalities. I was like getting ready to apply for medical school. He was just about to start dental school. Both of us were on YouTube and we were like trying to figure out how to navigate like having a social media presence while going into professional school. Both coming out semi-recently before going into professional school, and how that kind of like works. And is that okay in 2014? Can we be gay and going to professional school? So there's a lot of questions around that. So we talked online on Skype that night. And then I was like, oh my God, you're so cute. And
he didn't say that out loud.
I didn't say that out loud, but it was in my head. Just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And conversation got deep. You know, we're just talking about all the things coming out and growing up gay, and just kind of like our process and reconciling ourselves with our sexuality and our theology, and just trying to like figure all that out. And so we kept talking, and then a week later he purchased his plane ticket to come to Seattle and visit me. And so he flew out to Seattle, and that's when we first met in person. And we didn't say I like you to each other or anything like online. I was still like skeptical of like, okay, is he really who he says he is? You know, is this a catfishing situation? I don't know.
Catfishing?
No, I knew it wasn't, but like, what if you were a jerk? I just didn't know.
Oh,
you know,
it's like you're literally talking to me on Skype.
You don't know how they really are
that's
until
how
you meet
catfishing
in
works.
person. So once we met in person, then it was like obvious, sparks flying, like we're holding hands, and then he took me to the pier and he kissed me, and I was just like, "Whoa, this is amazing." So that rest is basically history.
And his life has been a dream ever since.
Can each of you tell me, it can be as many things as you want, what do you love about one another?
We
I
like took our little
first.
deep breath.
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first.
Okay. He always try to go first because then he's gonna try to put so much into it, and then I'm gonna come back and everybody gonna be like, "Oh, look, he put so much in, and you don't have a lot."
Okay,
He
go
gonna
ahead.
plus. No, now you're gonna try to outdo me. So
No,
now,
I'm just
I'm
gonna
say
give
mine.
you
and
my
then-
real.
Okay. I feel like what I love about Jarius is I think through a lot, he is constantly trying to evolve. And so even with him just saying like, I had to unlearn and relearn, I think he takes moments where are opportunities where he sees where I could have done better, we can do better, and he tries to fix it. And I think that that's all within working towards a common goal of your marriage, any relationship, any friendship, understanding, trying to learn different patterns instead of saying, I'm just stuck this way. This is how I've always known things. This is how I'm going to do it. I think that he does his best to support my crazy ideas and my dreams. And I think that you need things like that too. But he also kind of balances me out and levels me and just like, okay, let's make a plan. Let's do this because I'll just run with it. So I think that we have a really good balance, and I think he keeps me balanced. I think he's made me more, what word do I want to say? I was going to say like romantic and gentle, but I can be very like business oriented, and he tries to like reel me back in and be like, we need to make time for each other and, you know, really like take time to like focus on us. So I feel like he brings out those parts of me, which I appreciate.
Boy, you trying to do all that because it's Valentine's. Listen, the gift is already got, okay?
Right.
It's not changing over
You can
here.
always add to it.
But okay, so this is the thing, and many people ask us this, right? And I will give the answer that I always gave because it's true. Terrell is literally one of the most incredible, kind-hearted, and ambitious people in this world. And I say that because I've always grown up around people who have given, and have not received very much back. So naturally, that's made me a very like cautious person with how I approach people and how I approach things, because I've just seen, you know, a lot of bad from a lot of people. And when I met Terrell literally kind of changed my perspective on how I view people, and especially with like opening myself up, because one of the biggest things that I can appreciate about him is we come from a very spiritual background, and we have like a high level of importance for God. And I feel like one thing I love about him is that even in the moments which I've seen him, you know, unfortunately not, or get the short end of the stick, or like, you know, not be giving back what he's put out. And he still has like this love and this heart that like is still willing to like be open and to share, and, you know, to like still continue to try. And I feel like in that, you can just tell that he's a really good person. And that's one thing that I will always love and appreciate about him. He's a really, really good person at heart.
Yeah, Viv, what do you love about me?
Okay, the thing that probably stands out the most is that Mike is very thoughtful. Every morning he actually wakes up earlier than me. He does his bits and pieces, and he will offer me, you know, a drink or something to eat, like every morning without fail. So I love that he is super thoughtful, and he's always thinking of me. It's not just the morning, it's every day, throughout the day.
I think with Viv, it's just that she's got one of the like most purest, cleanest like energies that you will meet like in any person. And you know, just even if it's a small conversation or just dancing around the house, I see her, I can just feel her energy radiating through. So like Viv's, I always say it, like Viv she's like my kryptonite, but at the same time, she's like my superpower. Like she really is that foundation. So like pretty much everything that we do, you know, everything that we've kind of built together over the years, a lot of my energy and inspiration comes directly from Viv. So yeah, there's a lot of love there. And we pretty much grew up our entire adult lives together. So teens, adult life, everything. We've literally vibe with each other. And obviously that doesn't mean there's no argument, so we don't get frustrated. Yeah, but no, definitely like we're rock solid, and I think that's one of the blessings, having that friendship first and then being together so long. So yeah.
Go for it, babe.
Yeah. I love Michael's sense of structure and his like ability to be like steadfast in everything that he does. He's so cool, calm, and collective. I don't understand how he is able to be so even-keeled through situations, but he is, which is like complete opposite of me. So I appreciate like his ability to stay calm through a storm kind of mentality. Yeah, that's one thing. There's a lot of other things, but do you want
to? You're like I'm kicking it to you.
Yeah,
now.
There's so many things.
No, I've always appreciated like his creativity. We just think differently, and I've always loved that about him. I think he wants this like kind of like egalitarian, like he wants things to be equal. He wants to like fight for that. He wants people to like feel like they're being treated well, and I just like that mindset. I feel like sometimes I just grew up in like nope, that's just the reality of things, or like that's just how the world works. And I like how he kind of challenges that. Sometimes he's like, yeah, but no, it should be better. Like it should be better. We should be fighting for it to be better. So I've always appreciated that. I think he's always looking to do something more, or kind of like looking towards the next thing. And I feel like sometimes I can just kind of be kind of like comfortable and like chill. And I think he kind of gets me out of my box. Well, it definitely gets me out of my box of things and kind of pushes my comfort zone. And I think that's kind of how you grow as a person and as a couple. So I don't know, those are always the things that I've appreciated and loved about you. He can cook really good too.
What's your favorite date night activity, and how often do you go on dates?
Cool. Yeah. Not often enough.
See,
not as much as I would want.
But his is literally like every single weekend. And unfortunately, so our date nights now start to include our kids. You got to make it happen. So it's just like, even if it's going out somewhere to dinner with the kids, you know, we take what we can get. But I think Oh, so let's do this. I think a perfect date night for Jarius would be
don't speak.
No. And then you tell me what you think my perfect date night would be.
I don't want to do that. I want to
No. I think a perfect date night for Jarius would be
Terrell, I feel like you want to try it.
Okay, so I would have to drive because he always drives. So he would prefer that I drive that night.
Mm-hmm.
And we will probably go, let's see, dinner first.
Okay.
Maybe dinner first. We'll do something. You know, he's a very picky eater, so you know the restaurant, it doesn't even matter. Then he would probably want to go bowling. I think he would probably want to go bowling. And then honestly, I feel like that's honestly. Wait, let me see. Let me make sure.
Oh, you're not gonna paint?
No, you know Okay, so when we
I can turn up.
No, it will not include anything dealing with a club. I think if we, you know, when we were back at home, we used to do like walks by the water. We just go and talk. He'll probably just want to sit in the car and talk. And then now, honestly, he gets the most excited about sleep. So he'll be ready to come home and sleep. As long as the kids aren't up super early the next morning, that'd be a perfect weekend for him.
No.
What you feel like I didn't add?
No, you got all the stuff right, but let me tell you, this is what, now I will say, before I even get into yours, what I will say is because of the business that we're in, the time that we get is very valuable. And we got to a point last year where it was like, all we did was work. And like, and you could tell that it was causing us to like not be in alignment, because when there's too much of something, like, you know, other places lack. Yep. So I felt like we had a moment driving home where we were like, you know what, like we need to be super intentional about taking time away from work and for ourselves. And one of the best things that we did, we flew to Mexico. And we went and it was different because it was not a typical, like, you know, hotel where we like went and it was a whole bunch of stuff to do. It was literally like we had the most amazing suite. We literally, you know, I love like being outdoors and like going get in the hot tub and stuff. And like, he never joins in with me, but he did.
So he has an amazing time doing nothing. So isn't that what I said? He just wants to relax.
We went to the spa.
Relax.
It was phenomenal. And I think that was my perfect, I don't need a date now. I need like a date. You see, like, you know, like once a month, once every 2 months, you know, I feel like we can just go somewhere, reset, and then come back. Like the weekend stuff is great, but like we still gotta come home to the kids. You know, I want to be able to go out and have fun and relax and stuff and still be able to wake up the next day and do what I want to do. You know, that's like my perfect idea for a date.
Ooh, we have a few. You pick what you think. I'll pick what yours. Like, definitely for her, it's probably going to be.
I know what mine is.
Yeah, it's going to be a movie night. Like for sure, we're going to the cinema. Like the cinema is something that we just used to do a lot when we were kids. Anyway.
But also, I like one more thing.
One more thing.
I like activities.
Okay, yeah, okay. Activities wise, it'd be bowling or top golf, like for sure. Definitely. Movies, that's what we used to do a lot as kids. Yeah. And then dinners, like we love food.
We love to eat.
Yeah, so we love to eat.
But I feel like yours would be the same.
Yeah, definitely. We started painting as well recently as well, which is which I'm looking forward to. You know, just built the bar, which is behind us. It's closed now yesterday. You know, we've got some wine stocked up in there to be able to do some wine and painting. So that'll be a new one on the list.
Yeah, a lot more date nights happening in the house.
We love to go out to dinners. I know, super exciting. Well, it's just that like we're so busy from the day to day with like his dental job, my nursing stuff, Instagram, social media, traveling, and all the things that come with that. For both of us, like our ideal evening is just to have a relaxing night at home.
Nice bottle of wine.
Or
terrible reality TV.
Oh my God, yeah.
Or something.
Or just going out to like a nice dinner. It sounds ridiculously boring and just like basic, but that is like the reality of what we love to do.
And I think
we're ridiculously basic. So
I mean, we've been pretty lucky as well to be able to travel a decent amount. And I feel like that's a lot of times where we reconnect, is just like getting out of our
comfort zone
routine, getting out of our like home space that we spend all of our time in, and like experiencing new things together. So I don't know that we do as many like let's try and like switch it up tonight at home things, as much as we try and figure out like, hey, where can we go next and do something different together that we haven't done before, or see a new place that we haven't seen before. And I think that's kind of where we like what we both enjoy doing, and then like together, that's kind of like a shared experience that we really kind of look back at, and I think feel it's like the most romantic kind of aspects. It's like when we're like traveling and like seeing new things and experiencing things together.
But now even just the act of planning a dinner out together is refreshing to do, because we rarely choose to go out and eat together, just the two of us, or like pre-planned. Usually it's with a friend or with family. We have something going on that we're doing it for, and it's not just going out with each other. So being able to plan that out and deliberately do it is nice, to set some time aside that we can just focus on us.
Right.
How are you celebrating this year? Don't tell me the gifts. Obviously, you can't tell me, because then you would know what you got each other. But what else are you doing?
So the thing is with Valentine's Day is I feel like we always clash, because we try to outdo each other, and then it's a you got to outdo what you did last year. I feel like, not for us, but just like each other. We're not materialistic, but it's just in our head that we always want to go above and beyond for each other. And if I feel like I plan stuff, he plans stuff, and it always just like it clashes. But we really and truly, like, we got the nanny. We're gonna try to like I would guess do dinner or something, and just like have a parents' night out, and just like really, I mean, Jarius and I, we really take moments like that. And when I say we talk a lot, we have a lot of deep conversations, and we just talk about like areas that we can improve in. We'll have moments like this where we're just like, okay, what do you love most about me? Or just like, and just look at how we progress, because I think that keeps things fresh, and it keeps you ever evolving in what you're trying to like accomplish in a marriage, especially if you want to make it a lifetime.
Yeah, I think so. The Valentine's Day plans, I can't really share that, because it's it's not Valentine's Day yet. But what I will say is I do, and what I always try to do is I do try to have a moment to where we can like carve out time, like Terrell said, to really talk about where we are. And I think like we can all get caught up in like, okay, well, I gotta go find all these roses, I gotta go get all these balloons and candy and all this stuff and set it up perfectly and nice. And that's great, but I feel like the true work and the true celebration of Valentine's Day is really having an understanding with where we are and how we're going to get to like the next step. And I think that taking that time to reflect on, like since last Valentine's Day, where are we? Like, where are you? And like a healthy check-in. And I think that that's what's more important than all the other stuff that we can literally do the next day. Like
I like all the other stuff. I like all the other stuff too. But it is the most important.
I do too. Right.
Don't forget about that part.
Oh, I see. I like that. But I'm usually a last minute person anyways. But a really nice dinner has been arranged for us tomorrow. Seeing as Valentine's falls on Monday, so we're going to a nice dinner. It's a Thai restaurant by a Michelin star chef by the name of David Thompson. So really looking forward to tasting this particular dinner together. And then come Valentine's Day, I know me, it's probably going to be a staycation here in Dubai, but staycations here are, top notch, but I just won't say any more about that.
Yeah.
She
okay.
I don't think that, I don't usually do the planning. So if it's anything, Mike usually does it. So
which means that means I'm the most romantic one then. That's what it means.
And I'm always like, can you be more romantic? But I want him to do it for me.
We have dinner planned. So I actually work that day. So like 7 to 4. So I go to work and he'll be working from home. So we just have something kind of small planned. We have done some fun things.
But it's a new restaurant. We've never tried that restaurant.
We haven't tried the restaurant.
So I'm excited.
Well, and I don't remember the last, like you were saying, I don't remember the last time we necessarily just went out, the two of us. We usually go out with friends because, you know, try and save money every now and again. We actually just, and we recently traveled. So every time we come home from travel, we're like, no more spending money.
We have to eat at home.
Yeah. But yeah, we've had some fun ones in the past. We were in Scotland for Valentine's Day one year and had like a really, really nice dinner, like up on this hill overlooking the city. That was like probably the most magical.
That was magical.
We did like a little like road trip on one year. But we don't try and put too much pressure on Valentine's Day, because I always think like, oh, if you're always expecting something huge on Valentine's Day, then you'll always be like disappointed. And I think it's more fun to be like, oh, well, this was like a really cool thing that happened that I wasn't expecting, versus like putting so much pressure on that day. Because Valentine's Day isn't just for Valentine's Day, right? It's like you're supposed to kind of have those moments throughout the year.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be good.
So just a nice little dinner. Then probably like Netflix, wine, and bad reality TV or something that night.